All right, outdoorsmen, I am in Billmeyer Wildlife Management Area in Western Maryland. Kind of standing here on the road, out doing a little scouting for spring gobbler season. We're gonna do a little hiking here. I'm not exactly sure where best to go, so we're gonna just scope things out and make the best of it. So let's get outdoors. What I've learned over time is that a two-dimensional video makes it very difficult to tell just how steep things are. Here in the foreground, it is a little steep, but you go out there about 40 yards and it drops to about a 60-degree angle, which is pretty darn steep to climb. So I'm gonna go ahead and just walk on up the road and see what we come up with. Interestingly, although this is a gravel road, Maryland Department of Natural Resources has done a really nice job continuing to culvert the road and put stone culverts in to reduce erosion, and then have culvert pipes periodically go under the road to greatly reduce the amount of erosion that would otherwise be occurring. If you're not familiar with Western Maryland, you can kind of see off in the distance there how steep the road is with the incline. And here, just looking from one side of the road to the other, the elevation jumps probably 10 feet and then rises up from there. Well, here we've haven't gotten quite to the top. As you can see from the road there's still a little incline. But this is an interesting spot to me just because it looks like it's clear cut. So we're gonna walk up and see what we can see. Go into the gate and keep on moving. Tell you as you clear the cover of the trees that there definitely is a lot more wind up here. I've covered the microphone to some degree, but I'm sure you can tell it's much windier. Here you can see some blackberries that are just beginning to bud. Have definitely not even fully flowered yet. Whereas 2 weeks ago when I was in Florida, there was already fruit growing. So we're about a month behind being this far north here in Maryland. It's a little difficult to see, but as you look up the hillside there, you can definitely tell that this side of the road was cut, timbered, and the far side obviously was not. Forest management in action. You can see the amount of browse that has been created to encourage deer to, well, not necessarily to encourage deer, but deer will definitely use the young trees as a major food source. Although we don't actually have, oh, by golly, there's the bud of a May apple. There's a little cluster here. We're getting close. Thursday will be the first day of May, and you can see that we're getting close to actually having May apples. Cool to see out here in the wilderness. As I'm approaching this cellular tower, that's kind of cool to see, but I think just as interesting, and from my perspective even more interesting, is the fact that there is a fire watchtower there. Obviously, I won't be able to go up it, but it's cool to be able to see it. And also, I stand still here if we'll come back or not. But there's a butterfly flying around here already. Even up in the mountains, in the forest, there are still butterflies. Here you can see the watchtower much more clearly. Really cool. It would be awesome to get up there and show you the perspective. We're looking east toward Washington, D.C., and you can see how it moves out of the mountainous areas and down into more bottomland. You can see farms there in the distance. So, not sure what else we'll be able to get ourselves into up here in Billmeyer. It's late in the afternoon, so probably will not be hearing any turkeys today. Seen lots of potential based on habitat, but have not even seen any sign. Interesting how even among the rocks and gravel here, these beautiful little purple flowers, I'll put what they are here in just a second, is a title, or eking out a living. This is what I was trying to show you earlier, and obviously didn't do a very good job. I'm standing here on Town Hill, and if you look off to the east, there you can see the cut in Rocky Gap where Route 70 goes through the mountainside. What a beautiful and peaceful perspective this is. As you exit Billmeyer Wildlife Management Area here on the eastern edge of the Wildlife Management Area, this is the Town Hill, now bed and breakfast, but at one point it was known as the Town Hill Hotel. Beautiful little place. Love to bring my wife here and experience the peace and serenity that would be offered at this place. All right, outdoorsmen, wrapping up the short little trip through Billmeyer Wildlife Management Area. I didn't spend a whole lot of time in there. Lots and lots of potential for deer and turkey hunting there. Probably will be back here at some point with a weapon to harvest animals in one way or another. Being up here on top of the mountain, though, certainly makes me appreciate all that God has created for us. So until next time, get outdoors.